All right, we are live. Thank you very much for joining us, even if it is the Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We hope that you're enjoying your time at home or wherever you are spending your Valentine's Day with us. Real quick, please let us know in the comment section where are you watching this live feed. May we know your location and we may know if you're celebrating Valentine's Day with your family or probably with your spouses or with your partners, with your kids. Okay, let me know. But we'll welcome to the Surge Marketplace. And for this live training, we will be discussing on how you can be a top-notch freelancer in 2023. Okay, so let me go ahead and share a little bit about our discussion for today. But before I'm going to go through with that, I would like to welcome people who are watching from Paranaque, also Nueva Ecija, okay? Manila, happy Valentine's to you as well. Malolos, Bulacan, hello. Hi to you. Hi to Juliana as well. And welcome to this live training on how to be a top-notch freelancer in 2023. For today, we're going to be discussing on this topic right here. Why? Because we know that this year alone, the freelancing industry has been a very competitive and growing industry. So this industry is actually predicted to be growing and boosting at 35% or more. So it is becoming more and more competitive. So how can you go ahead and be top notch? How can you set yourself aside and really focus on strategies and techniques in order for you to be the best in the field, in that competition? So we're going to know that. Happy Hearts Day also to you, Lester. Marife is watching from Cagayan de Oro. We also have from Bicol, from Cebu, Malapascua. Good evening to you, Sunny, and to you, Lean, as well. Okay, so this is going to be the discussion, and we have a speaker with us who's going to share maybe his personal journey. This is a person that is also very remarkable when it comes to his freelancing journey, and he owns his own agency and is a franchisee of Filipino Virtual Assistants Business Consultancy Corporation, of course, with the Surge Marketplace branding. But for those of you who don't know me, before I'm going to introduce our speaker, I am Grace, and I'm a freelancing thought leader, resource speaker, trainer, and business consultant. I have been in the freelancing industry for the past 10 years, virtual assistants for the past 12 years, and I'm here to guide you into freelancing success. These are some of my latest educational attainments and the fields of expertise. When we're talking about this training, this is brought to you by FVA Business Consultancy Corporation. It is a tech social empowerment enterprise dedicated to improving the quality of life. So that's you as a virtual assistant. Also commerce, because we are here to match you with enterprises later on. So all of the business owners, if they want to hire you, they want to leverage their online presence, their cost efficiency, they're going to hire you. So we want to also improve commerce and sustainability overall. Okay, and this is the brand right here. We are Surge Marketplace. You can connect with us in different social media sites at Surge Marketplace. And when we're talking about Surge, this is going to be discussing online courses or in-person training related to freelancing or virtual assistants and services and solutions as well. So today, the training flow will be discussions and then question and answer. I will be giving you a code later on, and that code will be used in your feedbacking. Okay, so we will send you a feedback form, and after that, by the way, the feedback form will be valid or up for 5 days only, and that will be the basis of your online certification, so you can be certified in this training. And then afterwards, we will, of course, send you some gifts. Okay, we will be sending you a gift related to this training right here. And real quick, connect with us in different social media sites. We are in TikTok. We are also in YouTube. Subscribe in our YouTube channel. We are in LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. It would be great if we can be connected. You can also email me at grace@surgedigital.agency and check our courses via courses.thesurgemarketplace.com. Okay, so again, for today's discussion, we will be talking on this topic right here: how to be a top-notch freelancer in 2023. Okay, and the reason is that it's becoming really competitive. So how can you go ahead and set yourself aside and be that competitive freelancer, be that top-notch freelancer? And our speaker for today is, of course, no other than a franchisee for Surge Marketplace Eastern Mindanao. So if you are around Mindanao area, that's why I asked you earlier, where are you located? Okay. You can connect with him, because he's our franchisee. He's also a digital marketer. He has an agency on his own when it comes to digital marketing, sales and marketing, Facebook ads. He also trains Facebook ads and other courses when it comes to freelancing. And his story is also very remarkable. Okay, so he's probably going to share a little bit of his story later on. So watch out for it. Okay, but I have known Coach Gab. Okay, I'm going to introduce him, of course, bring him in later on. I have known Coach Gab back a few years ago when he enrolled and mentioned that he is a marketing manager. He used to be a marketing manager for a brand, a company car brand, and then he wanted to move home base. Okay, and then after moving home base, he enrolled in other courses, and then after that, he created his own agency out of the several courses that he enrolled. And after creating his own agency, he, of course, through that agency, is helping business owners. And at the same time, a lot of people out of school and no training, newbies. And now him and his virtual assistants through that agency are continually impacting a lot of business owners here and abroad. Okay, please go ahead and help me welcome Coach Gab. Hi, Coach. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, Coach Grace. Kamusta? I'm doing good. Kamusta?
I'm very happy that you're here, Coach. I know they have a lot to learn. Yes, I know that you're going to mention a lot of your tips and maybe your journey. But first of all, would you like to say Happy Valentine's Day to everybody?
Yes, Coach. Happy Valentine's, everyone. I know yung iba siguro nakipag-date, but we chose to we
Yeah.
chose to have training right now. As for me naman, Coach, I and my wife already had a date last weekend kasi we were
Wow.
anticipating this event. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're all hands on
Tapos
deck.
na. Oo, tapos na. Kami naman, we will have our late Valentine's celebration with the kids uh, on the weekends, because of course we're here to serve you guys first. Okay, so happy Valentine's, everybody, wherever you are right now. We hope that your hearts are full and you have warm embraces. Maybe malamig ang Valentine's if you are single, but maybe from somebody else, maybe family member or friends, relatives, kids. Okay, and if you are a student, in the comment section, please mention Surge Family. Okay, if you're a student, probably from our courses, from our in-person training, probably you did some training from us. Let us know in the comment section. Write the words Surge Family. Okay, if you're not a student yet, please write the word Surger. Okay, so we can know how many people are within the Surge family and following us via social media site. Yes, malamig po kasi ulan. Not really malamig because walang love life, but malamig because of the ulan. Okay, I don't know if in Luzon or Visayas it's also raining. Okay, so we have here, good evening, Junicio. We have okay, let me go from the start. You guys are very quick. Surge family, Surger. Okay, Surge family. Good evening to you, Christine. Surger. Okay. Surge family, Surger. Okay. So, yung mga hindi ko na post, My apologies. Okay, you guys are on the top. And also Surge family. Thank you for all of your responses. All right. So today I'm going to give the floor to Coach Gab. He's going to be sharing, and maybe while he's discussing, go ahead and go and maybe share this very video to any surger, any surge family that you think will need this very discussion. This is for free and with certification. So real quick, go ahead and share this with everybody. Okay, share this with friends, tag them in the comment section. Tag their names in the comments, share this in your feed so they can also benefit from this. All right, let's go ahead and give the floor to Coach Gab in sharing how to be a top-notch freelancer this year.
Thank you, Coach Grace. I'd like
You're welcome.
to, yeah, I'd like to greet everyone again a happy Valentine's Day, happy Hearts Day. So before we start, I'd like to have a show of hands. How many from our attendees are actually, beginners when it comes to freelancing? So if you're a beginner, please press one. But if you have like, let's say, five, I mean, if you have few years of experience, let's say two or more years, can you send number two so that I'll just know how many people are beginners and how many people are actually having their freelancing experience now. So from Facebook, I can see some answers. We have one, and then I think right now we have like, yeah, I think we have 99% who are really beginners as of the moment, and that's okay because we all started as beginners. So right now, I think this is a jump start for us to understand in the competition in the industry right now, or in the freelancing industry, how can I make myself few steps ahead in terms of the competition? How can I make myself, stand out when it comes to having interviews, having having the ability to actually land your first, or if you are trying to expand your portfolio, how can you try to add more clients to your portfolio? So again, our discussion tonight is about tips and guidelines, perhaps, on how to become a top-notch freelancer in 2023. So I think Coach Grace already gave some background with Surge a while ago, but I think I could proudly say that I'm one of the first few students who really enrolled with Surge before we call it Filipino Virtual Assistance, and the first course that I enrolled with is the social media management and marketing. And then later on, I'll also share with you guys my journey on how I also was able to open up, or to establish my own agency. The next is, of course, in Search, we have Academy, we have services, and we also have franchising. And then for our core values, we have, for those who are, for those who are first timers in this platform, the core values of Search are the following. Number one, relevance in the marketplace. Number two, everyone deserves freelancing opportunities. Third is exceptional services, then innovative creativity and impacting communities. So I think these are all very, these are made manifest in all the things that we also do in our agency. And of course, when it comes to my coaching sessions with some of my students in Surge Marketplace Eastern Mindanao. So our vision is digital global leadership, and then you can see there our mission and our goal. So much for that. Again, my name is Gabriel Lucero, and I am a coach for freelancing, especially for Eastern Mindanao. And then I'm also the CEO of the Dream Team PH Digital Marketing Agency. So as you can see there, those are my teammates in the Dream Team. So we cater clients from the US, from Canada, and then we also have some few clients from Cebu. We also have some few clients from Iloilo. We also have from Manila, and then we also have from Davao. So before we started with having clients solely from the Philippines, and then we had more opportunities to cater clients from the US and Canada and eventually Australia. And right now, we also went back to helping local businesses, especially here in the Philippines, because there's really a lot of opportunity for business owners to explore the digital marketing space, and we are helping them not just not only by digitalizing their operations or digitalizing their marketing, but also, of course, making sure that we are also helping them with their revenue. So the dream team is already almost 5 years. We will be 5 years this May 2023. So by the grace of God, we can really see him sustaining the company and sustaining all the people that are with us. And as what also Coach Grace mentioned, here in the Dream Team, we also do our trainings, of course, with the help of Serge and all the things that we have learned in the past. So we have been also training a lot of professionals who may not be having any experience at all with freelancing, and we are helping them to have their own experience and their own skill set. So for a little bit of a credibility build up, so I was awarded last 2015 as one of the top 25 young marketing leaders of the Philippines. And then I've also been a digital marketing expert since 2015, since working with a lot of um, multinational companies. And then I'm also a graduate of Master in Management in UP Mindanao. And then I've also been into teaching business and communications in different universities. And then for the Dream Team, we were awarded with a Push Start Business Incubation, or the by DTI Philippines and PTTC, and then we also received plaque of accomplishment for the outstanding performance and completion of innovative startup knowledge optimizer, or ISCO, by UP Mindanao. And then we were also finalist for EB Startup Challenge at Penang, Malaysia. So there's a lot to discuss, and there's already a lot that God has enabled us to reach in terms of milestones, in terms of achievements, accomplishments. But one thing that I would really like to share to everyone is that all of these things are useless. All these things are garbage if we don't give the glory. We don't give God the glory of everything that we do, because we are able to do this not because we are excellent people or something like that, but we are able to do this because of the grace and favor from the Lord. So I really want to give back the glory to God at this moment. So moving forward, our when it comes to freelancing, especially that we have a lot of beginners here. Beginnings are always the hardest. I can still remember during the time that I started with freelancing. It was very difficult to have my own client because of, again, how competitive the market is. And then sometimes you can have moments of doubting and asking yourself, am I really for freelancing? Is this really for me, or should I go back to what I have been used to do before? But we always have to remember, moving forward, that stepping out of our comfort zone is already winning half of the battle. So if the Lord is leading you to be a freelancer, if you are at peace with this decision, I just would like to also affirm that maybe, yes, beginnings may be very difficult, but eventually when you see results, or when you see some accomplishments moving forward, you would eventually say that it was really worth it. All the process, all the sacrifices, all the rejections will be worth it the moment that you will be experiencing your breakthrough. So I'd like to share some numbers when it comes to freelancing, and just for us to know the context of what is happening right now. The Philippines is the number one destination for finding a virtual assistant, or for finding a freelancer. According to virtual assistant statistics, 1 out of 8 million virtual assistants on Upwork are from the Philippines. And other information would also say that 13% of all the freelancers in Upwork are also Filipinos. So it's quite significant when it comes to, the number of people that who are also hoping to have their own clients. Companies from other countries find it easy to work with Filipino virtual assistant because we have a high literacy rate. We can also, most of the people are in the process of having the ability to speak English very, very well. And I think one of the factors for this is that they say that freelancers from the Philippines are also one of the most affordable VAs in the world. So in the US alone, they have more than 3.3 million secretaries and administrative assistants, and we are, expecting that these administrative works and, these positions will be filled out by freelancers or by virtual assistants in the years to come. So now the question is, with all this competition in Philippines alone, we could be having like millions of freelancers who are also vying to have their own clients, and we should also consider other countries which are also, very competitive when it comes to skills, when it comes to communication, and when it comes to hard work. As I noticed, a lot of the competition has expanded up to not just from the Philippines, but I have been seeing a lot of freelancers being hired in Pakistan and in India. So I think there's also a significant number of people who are really, who are also excellent in those countries. So that's the thing that we need to reconsider. So with all this competition, with all these numbers that we are being aware of, how can we respond to the competition? Well, the answer is the world is our market, right? So although our understanding is that, oh, maybe baka ubos na yung mga clients, or maybe there's already so many people working in the industry, although that might be true, but we also have to reconsider that there's also another, other parts of the world who may also be needing your expertise. Like what I mentioned, we have clients from Canada, we have clients from Australia, we have clients from the United Kingdom. So indeed, we can say that the world really is our market. There's really a lot of opportunities given the right skill set, given the right talent, and of course, given the right character, so that we can respond to these opportunities very well. So number one, so I'd like to just have a very, very short and concise discussion about these tips so that we can spend more time answering your questions, because I think 90 to 95% of all our attendees here right now, both in Facebook and in our StreamYard and other platforms, 90 to 95%, I think, are beginners. So number one is take calculated risks, right? So how do we take calculated risk? Don't resign from your full-time job yet, because sometimes a lot of tendencies with a lot of people is that when they get burned out, when they try to hear stories, or know someone who may be experiencing a freelancing life, usually they have, they have that urge to resign right away, and then without really having anything to back them up if they don't see any clients yet. So my suggestion is that before you decide to resign from your full-time job, always make sure that, um, you have started to take part-time roles in some of the freelancing opportunities that you can find online. So the indicator that you can have when you try to, I mean, in deciding if you want to go full time for freelancing or not, if when your freelancing income becomes higher than your full time, then that's a good indicator that maybe you can reconsider resigning from your full time job and then going to, becoming a freelancer. So I think that's the thing that I really learned the hard way during my stint as a, uh, corporate uh, corporate industry employee, because when I resigned to my post as a marketing head for different car companies few years back. I just really wanted to jump right in, because you're so excited, that there's really freedom when it comes to time, and there's really so much that you can learn by being a freelancer. So my mistake was that I resigned right away without really having met this requirement na dapat yung freelancing income ko is way or is higher than my full-time income. Because what happened, it was difficult. I had very difficult time to find my own clients, although I had some part-time clients, but they were not really, they are not potential to go full-time. So when I resigned, I had a very difficult time when it comes to providing for the needs of my family, etc., paying for my bills, and everything else that I need to pay. So this is a lesson that I'd like to share to everybody. Don't resign yet if your income from freelancing is not higher than your full time. So number two is, this is very important. Identify your skills and talents. So maybe right now you already have an idea about what you want to do or what you want to pursue, but I'd like to also have another show of hands. Who among you here are planning or who are already in the industry of social media? You're in web dev, you're in IT, you're in SEO. So can you like comment down there what skills are you trying to pursue now? And then let's read them so that we can know where you are coming from. Right. I think we have Migi from Reva, so that's our real estate. Yeah, that's real estate. How about others? Yeah, we have here Ivan, who has who had SEO background. We have Jan from IT industry. We have Jan from data analytics. We have from Amazon. We have from SMM. We have from e-commerce industry. We have GVA. We have marketing. And then we also have data entry. We have IT. So I think there, it's when it comes to your experience, yes, it's I think we are coming from different backgrounds or different skills that we wanted to pursue. Some are having project management and data analytics. Some are GVA and customer support. Some are from digital marketing. Well, as for me, I started with social media management. Later on, I will be sharing with you guys the journey that I have from being a freelancer to a digital marketing agency owner, and also being a coach in freelancing. But there's one thing that I'd like to share with you guys when it comes to identifying what you want to pursue moving forward. So, who among you here narinig nyo na yung concept ng ikigai? Can you type yes? Have you heard about ikigai? So ikigai is a Japanese concept when it comes to understanding your passion and making sure that that passion will also help you to basically have income. Or that statement, I think does not give does not give justice to what ikigai really means. But as for my own understanding, it's making sure that what you are passionate about is also something that would bring food in the table, right? So in ikigai, we can start with the four questions. What you love doing, what you are good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. So basically, it's not just about doing what you love, but also looking at another angle. How can I be paid for this, or where am I good at, or what the world really needs based on what services or what talents I can give or I can showcase. So under what you love is in the intersection of these four questions, we can see passion, we can see profession, we can see vocation, and then we can see mission. And then at the center of it all is your ikigai. So I think I don't need to answer, I mean, I don't need to explain everything about ikigai, no? But this is really something that I would also like to share with you guys, because when I was still in the corporate industry, I think I could say that I had been earning a significant amount of, income monthly. So I have been leading different teams or different departments from different brands. So just to be more specific, I was handling before Ford, Mazda, and Nissan. And then I think if you are familiar with these cars, there are also some branches or some dealerships within Mindanao that I was the one who launched in terms of marketing and in terms of branding. So when I decided, but basically, I'd like to share with you guys that when I decided to be, to resign and be a freelancer, it wasn't really an easy decision, because again, number one, I was already earning significant amount of money during that time, and then that's enough for me and for my family. So that's really a risk, for me. And then number two, working with those companies, they have the name, they are multinational brands, they can give you trainings. But deep inside me is really, I think God was really speaking to me during that time that I should resign from my post and be a freelancer. And um, little did I know, God already, had it planned from the very beginning that starting that freelancing journey would also enable me to establish my own agency. And as I mentioned, that agency is also helping out a lot of young people here in our country, because we are also helping, training them, making sure that we also provide job opportunities, and also in turn helping our clients here and abroad, right? So one thing that I would really share with you guys, it's very important to understand and to identify within yourself what is that something that you really love doing. But it's not just all about that, but you have to understand what's something that you can offer that this world needs, that you can also be paid for, and what you can be good at. And as for me, I would say that I really found my passion in digital marketing. So um, I'd like to give you a background about what I have been doing before. So I am a graduate of AB English, major in language. So our career path is really more on research, more on in the academe. Although I have done that I was able to do that to take that path for quite some time. But deep inside me, I was really hoping to do something, more, something that would also give me. Somebody answered kanina, para saan ka bumabangon? Something that would excite me. Something that would give me a pleasure for learning, and something that would also give me, a sense of purpose, and an opportunity to also help others. And I was very thankful because I came to know, or I came to discover what Surge has been doing for quite some time, and then I enrolled, and then I tried to really build up my portfolio. And because of that, over the years, uh, I was able to also multiply, what God has been doing in my life, and then also try to duplicate that to other people, and again, collectively, we are able to help different businesses here and abroad. So I would also like to share with you that about some numbers when it comes to freelancing. I read this is a data coming from Upwork. I think 60% of all freelancers uh, are college graduates, and there are also 40% who are not. So this is the good thing about, freelancing, is that it's an opportunity that is open to all. When it comes to the percentages, or when it comes to the ratio, it's not really far. It's not like 80%, 20%, or 90%, 10%, that this opportunity would also be just given those who have college degrees. But what I like about this and what I like about trainings in Surge and about what we can do is that this is a great equalizer for everyone. Those people who want to, help their families, those people who want to do something with their life, live a life of purpose and make sure that they also pursue something that they are very passionate about. So I think with all the courses and with all the trainings that we can get from Surge, I'm hoping and praying that many of us here can really see, and find out what's our ikigai. Right. And for me, again, this is digital marketing. I'm really passionate about it. I would dream about it, but natutulog I would be, dreaming about work. I would be learning. So from Monday to Friday, I would be working during that time. When I was still in the corporate industry, Monday to Friday, I was a full time employee. And then during the night time, I was working as a social media manager and as a Google Ads specialist a few years back. So after working from my corporate industry, I would go home and then try to do some tasks for my offshore clients. And then during Saturdays and Sundays, I would spend the weekend, of course, resting, serving, and also making sure that I spend the time that I was resting learning something so that I could also increase my skills and talents when it comes to digital marketing. So between 2020 and 2025, the IT outsourcing industry will have a compound annual growth rate at 4.5%. So overall, um, this this industry was valued at $92.5 billion in 2019 and is on track to grow further. So as what I mentioned a while ago, the world is our market, right? We can always find these clients. We can always find that breakthrough client if we have the right set of skills and if we have the right set of characters, so that when we try to apply to these job openings, to these freelancing opportunities, we carry within ourselves the understanding that the beginning may be very difficult, but as I go along, as I try harder, and as I work harder, and as I rely God more on the things that I am doing and surrendering to Him, everything that I have been planning about, I know that someday somehow I will be having my own breakthrough. So next is, sorry, the most in-demand virtual assistant services are social media management, email marketing, and project management. So for social media management, it is very important that you also learn not just the organic part of social media, but you would also try to learn the paid advertising part of social media. For example, you know how to do your own content, you know how to do graphics, you know how to do video. But in order for you to complement that skill, I would suggest that you should also be learning paid advertisement skills, like for example Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, and other advertising platforms. Because what I observe is that a lot of clients, they are trying uh, to look for social media manager, and then they are also trying to look for ad specialist. But these are just the same platforms. If you know how to get your message across using Facebook, using Instagram, by using the organic platform, it's also better if you would also learn how to do Facebook ads, because it would just complement each other. And if you know how to do that, mostly, instead of hiring two people from your for the freelancing opportunity that you're trying to apply for, you can open up to the client that you are also aware. I mean, you are also knowledgeable when it comes to Facebook ads, when it comes to Google ads, because that will be an additional thing that they need to factor in when they are deciding who to hire at the end of the day. So, but you would also need to understand that you should also not be paid for just one person's work. Instead of them paying other two people, the operational constraints, the operational requirements of hiring many people, that would be lessened if they hire some few people who already are skillful about many different platforms. And of course, if you have that understanding now, then you can ask or you can bargain for more from your client. So for example, I do social media management, and then I found out that my client is also looking for Facebook ads specialists or Google ads specialists. And I would say, we have already built our relationship, or you have already um, you've seen what I can do on organic social media. But I'd like to also share with you that I also do paid advertising. So instead of hiring, more people, or instead of hiring a lot of, or for example, subscribing to different tools or whatnot, there is something that I can offer, because this is also something that I am doing. So again, that is a plus factor for all for many different clients. Next is the email marketing. For email marketing, if you know how to do email marketing, you should also learn how to do content writing, or you should also learn how to do graphic design. You should also know how to do content planning, because these things are interconnected. But one thing that I would really like to encourage you guys when it comes to email marketing is that try to learn about click funnels, try to learn about go high level, because these are things, I mean, these things are connected to email automations or email campaigns. So for example, your client would be asking, do you know how to do email marketing? The answer is yes. And then you would be asking your client, what is your CRM, or what is your what yeah what's your CRM, what's the tool, or what's the platform that you use in order for you to reach out to these clients, or to this database, and then making sure that you don't do it manually. There is an automation within the platform. Then your client would be saying, oh, we use ClickFunnels, or for example, oh, we use go high level. And then you would tell them, I'm very familiar with those things, so that you don't need to like hire another JHL specialist to do like part-time or project based, because when you have a go high level campaign, I can set up my own email marketing campaign from that. I can help you with the automation, I can help you with the content, I can help you with the graphics, right? So it's when they hire you, it's like they they are hitting two, let's say for example, they are hitting two birds with one stone, or three birds, four birds, etc. So when it comes to project management, so for project management, the best thing that you would really have for this is that you should have bits and pieces of knowledge when it comes to different digital marketing platforms, because as a project manager, your main responsibility is to make sure that all works, and all tasks are being provided to the clients, having the two conditions, or having the two requirements. Number one is efficiency, number two is productivity. Efficiency is, um, providing more works or providing more output in a lesser amount of time, and productivity is providing um, more outputs at a given time. So it's very important that when you want to pursue project management, you should have an idea about how each department actually works, and how of these roles, and how these, individual freelancers actually perform their duties, and what are the things that they need to accomplish. So before we move to the next paragraph, that the very thing that you need to learn when it comes to project management, you have to be very, very familiar with KRAs and KPIs, because those are management terms that you can also help your clients to monitor. So, for example, your clients would say, hey, I'm looking for a project manager. But most of the clients would just be expecting that these project managers would just, follow up. These project managers would just talk to all the talk to all the team members, and then remind the team members if there are things that are not being done. But the best thing to ask to your client, to your potential client, is to ask them, hey, do you already have a set of KRAs and KPIs we can work on, so that at least I'll know what are the things that I need to monitor, what are the things that I need to evaluate in the company. And in the company, revenue wise, and also operationally, and operationally speaking. Okay, virtual assistants are skilled in multiple areas, from phone answering services to administrative and data entry jobs. They make sure that your business runs smoothly, organize everything for you, and boost your productivity. And the list only goes on. Now, the third, we're almost done so that we can cater more questions later. Start building your portfolio. Now, I have three P's that I always follow when it comes to presenting this to the client. And then I'd like to also share when it comes to credibility buildup. I could say that I think right now, with the portfolio that we have, my own personal portfolio and the personal and the portfolio of the dream team, I think 90 to 95% of all the clients or of all the accounts that we want to, we want to land or we want to close, we have been seeing a trend that mostly of all those clients or accounts that we're trying to close, we can say that 90 to 95%, I think we are able to, close them and have a deal with them in the past few years. So these are the things that I have been doing so that we are able to achieve that. Number one is practice. So practically speaking, if you are still a beginner, for example, you want to pursue WordPress, you want to pursue social media management, you want to pursue email marketing, you want to pursue project management, there's a lot of tools that you can use in order for you to practice. Now, the question is, with the competition right now, a lot of clients would be looking for portfolio. So what can you present? The answer is the answer is very simple. If you just check, other different tools, like for example Canva, if you want to check like ClickUp, Trello, etc., you would be finding there many templates about the existing tasks that these clients would actually want you to accomplish. For example, you want to become a WordPress developer, and when you want to apply for that specific position, and there's also a lot of people that they're also trying to reconsider aside from you, the number one thing, or among many other things, the major things that you would be really looking at is your portfolio. Now, the question is, how can you give your portfolio if you doesn't have any solid experience yet? The answer is in Canva. You have to make sure that you use that platform so well, because there are already templates there for restaurants, for real estate, for e-commerce. And if you don't have any clients yet, try to find some templates that you can work on. Try to find some templates that may be very useful to your potential clients, and then just show it to them. These are the sample designs that I have. I may not have the actual experience to implement this, but I have the experience to implement this. And then just show it to them. This are the sample designs that I have. I may not have the actual experience to implement this, but I have the experience to implement this. And then Gab, I'm still a newbie, so I don't have any portfolios. How can I respond to that problem? Well, again, the answer is very simple. Try to practice, as what I mentioned a while ago. When I was still a full-time worker in the corporate industry, I worked in daytime, and in nighttime, I worked as a social media manager and Google Ads specialist. And then during weekends, I'm trying to build my portfolio. I practice, I learn, then I try to build my own portfolio. Next is prepare audits. And I think I have been seeing a lot of people also agreeing to what I said. So that's true. And I'm hoping and praying that we could also share this best practice to others, because if you don't have any portfolio right now, you can always practice and then try to explain to your clients that these are the things that I can do. These are the things that I can potentially offer. So if you give me the chance, I have already prepared myself for that. Next is, this is very important. Prepare audits, templates, reports. A lot of these clients, they are business owners. So one thing that you need to understand about business owners, you know, if we have other business owners here, one of the things that are really, really important for the business owners are numbers. Their motto is that you can control what you can't monitor. So, for example, you are working as a project manager, you are working in Amazon in e-commerce, and then you are tasked to do some, you are tasked to do some. You have been given tasks when it comes to, for example, uploading products, making sure that products are being shipped out, products are, being monitored. I mean, orders are being monitored, so posts are being posted in social media and whatnot. But this is very important for you because clients, especially during the interview phase, they will be asking, so what are your tools? How do you strategize? Well, the first the important process that we should share with them are four processes. Number one is planning. So when your client would ask you, so how do you approach a specific account? How do you approach a new client, or how do you approach a new project? Number one is to plan. All right, prepare an audit. It's for you to understand what's happening so that you can help the client to go where he or she needs to go by having those information with you. So prepare an audit plan with your client. Number two is execute. So when you execute, you need templates for this. For example, you work as a social media manager, or you want to be a social media manager. Try to learn about how to create social media content calendars. Try to create social media plans, etc. The next to that is you should be able to monitor. So again, what I mentioned, you can control what you can monitor. So the third step of the process in monitoring and assessing or evaluating or evaluation. So again, the four step process is again planning, executing or execution. Third is monitoring and then evaluation. And then during the monitoring and evaluation, you should be creating different reports. How many you reach for email management or email marketing? How many people actually opened your, let's say, email marketing campaign? And then if you can present that to the client, this process would eventually help them understand that you indeed know what you are talking about. Because if they would be asking, okay, so how do you approach a specific client, or how do you approach a new project or a new account? And then if you would just say, oh, I can create templates, oh, I can do graphics, oh, I can do this, without really, um, without really letting them understand that I have already prepared all the things that you will be needing from me. You just need to hire me, right? You already have templates for audits, you already have templates for the plans, and you already have templates for the reports. I I have this with me. So if you are planning to like enroll on our in-depth freelancing courses and our other courses in search, I can share with you guys these Excel files because they are really very useful, especially during the interview that your client would be asking you, can you show me some sample of your works? Then they can see a lot of numbers. I tell you, 90 to 95% of them would really hire you because they see that you are grounded in data and you are grounded in empirical basis, because they like that. Many of us, we would just try to give strategies, or we would like to suggest to our clients about the things that we want to do. But many of us miss out the point that all of these strategies and all these plans that we give them should be based on real data, should be based on real numbers that they could see in their business. And lastly, third, for the three P's, is the project management. So in the project management, of course, you would be having here different tools, different project management tools. But what I would like to really focus here is the workflow. So it's all about the system, because again, if you are a freelancer and you're aware with the competition, you can just go there and then tell people, yeah, I know how to do this. Yes, I know how to create graphics. Yes, I know how to do or create videos. The very important thing is you need to guide your clients about your thought process. You need to guide your clients about how do you approach a specific project, that you're not just there, oh, if you have been given one social media account, oh, please create social media plan or calendar for this. And then what you will be doing is, okay, I can create, But it's also another thing, and it's really a plus factor if you would tell them, oh, first we need to create an audit so that we'll know where we are coming from, etc. and etc. And lastly, very important, for the work that you are doing, I would suggest that you create workflows. If you are a project manager, if you are a Facebook ad specialist, if you are a Google ad specialist, a social media manager, you need to make sure that you guide your clients about the thought process how you arrive on a specific result, or how you arrive on a specific objective. So for example, I do a lot of Facebook ads. So I would be sharing to them, they would be asking, so Gab, what's the best campaign strategy? What's the best strategy for this campaign? So the usual, I mean, generally a lot of people would just say, oh, let's do conversion, oh, let's do reach, oh, let's boost that, oh, let's do send messages, or etc., without really understanding that this is just one part of the many things that you need to consider upon doing specific tasks. So for example, working as a Facebook ad specialist, you need to know what's the numbers when it comes to how many people are already in the website. You need to know the data about their traffic, because if not, you need to be doing a campaign that would target reach or brand awareness. So here's the thing. A lot of business owners, when they hire Facebook ad specialists or Google ad specialists or social media marketer or management, or managers rather, they would be expecting that this person would already do the job of increasing the sales. And a lot of freelancers are burned out because of that problem, because they were not able to set the expectation. For example, you're applying as a freelancer for social media, or you're applying for Amazon or for e-commerce. So your clients would be expecting you, hey Gab, I want you, or I'm expecting you to increase my sales for me. That's possible, but that is only possible if you know the exact situation of the company. Because if your client is expecting you to run Facebook ads for a very new website, and then the Facebook ads will be having an objective of, let's say, for example, generating sales or generating leads, that would be very impossible for you to do that. Even if how well you studied, even if how big your budget is, because again, there's a system, there's a workflow that we need to follow. So I'd like to be sharing with you very quickly that the process that we follow for Facebook ads, right? First is, when the website is new, when the page is new, you have to start with reach and brand awareness. And then you start with acquisition, acquire potential clients, I mean, potential customers. Next is for acquisition, usually it's more on engagement, that when people start to like, when people start to share, or when people start to comment on your post. But there's also a lot of other things that we need to consider when it comes to acquisition. Third is conversion. So conversion is making lead, or making these leads, making these leads to, I mean, these leads that you have generated from, for example, the acquisition. These leads, or these people, should be converted as to paying customers. So that's already conversion. Next is loyalty, and then lastly is retention. Then it goes back again, because it's a cycle. Now the problem is, a lot of freelancers, they set wrong expectations because they are not aware of the whole system, or they are not aware of the whole workflow. Their clients are asking them to give me more sales, having the understanding that this is still a new website, this is still a new page, that is not possible. So what you can do is to ask your client, let's take it one step at a time. Let's start with reach, let's start with brand awareness. So it's really more on, trying to share that information with them and educating them, and they would be telling you again, 90 to 95% when I share this workflow, they would be telling me, oh, you really know what you are doing, you really know, you are really knowledgeable about the things that you are talking about. For example, for SEO, a lot of clients would ask you, do you know how to do SEO? It's very simple to respond to, yes, I know how to do it. But but it still begs the question, how do you do it? So you share to them your thought process. You start with on page, you start with audit, then simultaneously you can do the off page, and then simultaneously or later on you can do the technical SEO. So if you share with them this process, they would say, "Oh, this person is not just trying to let me know that he knows, but he knows exactly how to do it." So that's very important when you are building your portfolio. 85% of virtual assistants have a professional website, so that's very important for you to also consider that. I'd like to have a show of hands. How many freelancers here have their own portfolios or have their own websites, to be more specific? You can just try to click one if you have your own website for your portfolio. If you have like Canva, or if you have like a document that you send as your portfolio, you can just send two. So again, one for website, two for other documents. So we have here Miggy. He has his own website. That's very good. We have Lester. He has his own website. And in Facebook, we have Julie, we have Philip, they have their own. For Julie, she has her own other documents. For Rick, other documents, and Rita. So I would be encouraging you guys. There's a lot of platforms that we can also use, like WordPress or Wix, so that we can set up our portfolio there, and then that will be very helpful for us, because website really helps us to build credibility. But if we have a document right now, it's fine. But we should already start working on some few, even just some few free websites, so that at least they know that our portfolio is really credible. Next is number 4, upskill. So I would end with this. Sorry for that. I would end with this. Everything can be learned. Last 2014, I started learning social media. So I think I started with Surge, with their, I think, batch one or batch two for their for Surge's social media marketing and management. And then last 2015, I did a training for Facebook ads. And then last 2016, I was training for Google Ads, and then 2017 for email marketing, and then last 2018, I was not training anything when it comes to digital marketing, because I had some university stint. I was finishing my master's during this time, and then I went back to digital marketing space for 2019, and I learned and I enrolled a lot of SEO courses, especially of course from Surge. Then from 2020, I learned about WordPress, ClickFunnels, Go High Level, Shopify. Then 2021 to 2022, I focused on the dream team. So why did I say everything can be learned? And why did I say that freelancing is a very great equalizer? It is because there's a lot of opportunities that you can really get if you have the right skills, if you have the right character when it comes to grabbing these opportunities. As for myself, I was not a graduate of any like information technology courses or any business courses to begin with. I am a graduate of AB English, because I wanted to be a lawyer, to be a lawyer before. But right now, I am more inclined into being a businessman, into being a person who also helps other businesses to reach their revenue goals, and etc. So if there's one thing that I'm really thankful about, is that um, if we just have that pleasure for learning, that even though we may not have the opportunities before, even though we may not have the right resources before in order for us to reach our childhood dreams. Because I would like to share with you guys, when I was still in elementary and high school, I wanted to be a doctor, because I considered myself to be somehow I love biology and other sciences subjects, but we didn't have enough money to really pursue that dream. So I wanted to be a lawyer, but we also did not have any money to pursue law because after graduation I had to work uh, double time for my family. So I did not really have the opportunity. So the what I'm really thankful for is that I have been exposed to this industry, and it gave me more rooms to really learn and discover what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I could say that because of these things I learned in the past few years, I could really say that my heart really belongs to digital marketing. So lastly, before I end, I'd like to share with you guys, if our why is clear, then our how will be easy. If we know why we are doing all these things, especially with all these competitions and etc., then if you have that that clear purpose in your mind, in your heart, why you are doing these things, I think the how will just be very easy because you will be guided along that path. So as for me, my why is really my family. My wife is about to give birth this May, and all the things that I'm doing right now is really for my family and all the things that I can provide for them. And having this understanding, I'd like to also remind all our freelancers out there to never also abuse your body, because sometimes, since we are having a lot of time freedom, we get a lot of clients like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clients, up to the point that you are not resting anymore, or you are not spending quality time with your families anymore. Again, it's very important that you became a freelancer for a specific and a very great purpose, which is your family. So make sure that you never ever neglect them when you are already at the peak of your career. So I'd like to be sharing this one verse with you before we proceed with a question and answer. First Timothy 6 verse 6, this is my life verse. Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth. According to another verse in the Bible, what would profit a man if he gains the whole world and yet loses his own soul? So we may be having all these opportunities, we may be having, this a lot of maybe material things because of what we get from freelancing, but at the end of the day, is it's important to ask ourselves what really makes you happy, because a lot of people, they are already rich, but they don't have joy. They don't have that specific that contentment in their heart. So I'd like to share with you guys, I don't consider myself to be successful or rich, right? But I could say that I'm successful in a way because I have already understood what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that is, serving God and serving his people. And I'm just a I'm, I'm a servant. I'm a servant leader who happened to be a freelancer. So I'd like to remind everybody that during that time that you already have a breakthrough in your career, please don't ever forget God. And in Matthew 6:33, I would end with this. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto us. Sometimes we make mistakes by pursuing other things first before we pursue God. But the best thing about tonight is we are reminded, if we seek God first and in his righteousness, that we know that everything will be aligned, if especially it's according to his will. So I think that's all on my end. Thank you and God bless. Again, my name is Gabriel Lucero. I'm the coach. The freelancing coach for Search Marketplace Eastern Mindanao. So I
You
think we have Coach Grace here.
Coach. Yes. Thank you very much. I know that for a lot of people, it's not just something that is actually beneficial to the mind, but also a lot learned when it comes to the processes and the why behind what they're doing. So thank you very much for the inspiration. At the same time, thank you also for the whole discussion on how they can go through it. If you are late in coming in, please go back and review this video. You're going to really learn a lot when it comes to how you can be a top-notch freelancer this 2023, starting with finding your ikigai, okay? And then afterwards, having the right tools, apply the 3 Ps that Coach Gab mentioned earlier, and then ending it with what's your why. So in the 3 P's, he also mentioned what are the skills that you need in order to be a top-notch freelancer. And he mentioned a lot of things there and how you can go ahead and do it. And at the same time, what are the tools and the applications, the websites that you may need as well. So I hope that you were also encouraged, not just with the things that he mentioned, but on the why, okay? Finding your purpose as well. If you have a life verse that goes with your why, that would be perfect, okay? When it comes to also finding your why, what is it all about? Is it your family, time freedom, flexibility? Is it your marriage? Okay, it should be something that is really inspiring. If you want to go on the top, you need to also be rooted. Okay, so yes, we are now willing to probably cater some questions. I know we are 11 minutes over time, but I hope you're inspired with the whole thing. We have here one question, Coach. Maybe you'd like to answer. This is from Miggy. Okay, Migs, welcome to the live training for free. Okay, here Miggy is asking. I made a website. I think this is a freelancing website from Wix. Can I consider that a website, sir?
Yes, Miggy, thank you for that question. Yes, you can consider that as a website, but I think with Wix, they have like this subdomain, for example, miggy.delatore-wix.com. So if you have like extra budget in the future, you can buy your own domain because that will also really help you build your credibility. But I think that's a good start. And then when you already have your own domain, try to also consider other platforms like WordPress because it has its because it's we can also use Elementor there, and then when you have those other builders, then you can also make sure that your website is really presentable, it's very professional, because sometimes Wix can be very it can be very limited, but yeah, I think we can already start with that. But moving forward, if we have like extra budget, domains will just cost around, if it's very uncommon, it will just cost like 900 pesos in average annually. So I have my own domain, I have my own blogs, I have the Dream Team also has its own domain. So yeah, moving forward, if we can also set budget for that, the better.
All right, thank you very much. I know others are inspired. Salamat. Okay, Kat is here. Hi, Kat. Uh, Well said, Bible verses coach. Thank you. Thank you. My main goal is similar as yours, sir. God first. And then we also have another question here by Life Adventures. What specific course in Surge do we enroll para matuto about systems and workflows on being a social media manager?
So for our social media management, we have, I think, the basic social media management, and then we also have in-depth course for social media management. So the main processes and workflows that we can really understand it better is when we enroll with the in-depth courses. So especially for social media, because in our social media courses, we also help our students to also have their own templates, and since it's in depth, you can really be the coaches will also help you navigate through the journey of being a social media manager. So we will be providing templates, we will be providing tools. So my suggestion is we can go with the in-depth. But if you want to start first with, if it's your first time, doing social media management, I would like to suggest do first the basic, then the in-depth, because I think that's our new student journey right now.
Yes. So you can start with maybe even the basic virtual assistants, and then, but I think Life Adventures here is already a freelancer or a social media manager. Yeah. So maybe you can consider also social media in-depth course, digital marketing, project management, click funnels. Okay. Those are going to give you systems and workflows. How much is the social media course? You can check out our Facebook page. There should be a price there. It has different prices depending on your access. If you want it a little bit cheaper, it's going to be under a VOD or video on demand. If you want it to be with class coaching, it's a little bit higher. And if you want to just have it with a mentor, one-on-one, it's also a little bit higher. So the prices will vary on what type of enrollment do you have. Okay? So yes, Life Adventure is already freelancing. Pwede po bang mag-re-access? Yes, you can. This is actually cheaper. I think re-access is only 500 pesos, and uh, re-access with certification is 1,000 pesos. And I will give you another year of access and the whole journey going through the course and with class coaching again. Okay. So I think this is it. Thank you very much for joining Coach Gab and I. I hope that you were able to learn. Okay. Somebody is asking for the course link. It should be just go and check, for courses.thesurgemarketplace.com. Okay. We can go ahead and add that. Okay. So again, thank you very much for joining us, and our apologies if we went a little bit over time. I know you don't mind. Okay. Any parting words, Coach, for them who are with us through the live, and then also the ones watching us through the recorded video later on?
Yes, coach. So for all those, I think we have 90 to 95% here who are really beginners when it comes to freelancing. So I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
encourage you guys. Search is if not the best, but one of really the best platforms that you can enroll with. The customer service when you want to ask some questions, even not related to the course that you have enrolled. It's my personal experience that we can really get answers for those questions. So again, overall, we are just here, the whole search marketplace team to also help you reach your freelancing dream. So I'm hoping I can see you in one of our courses, guys.
Yes. And if you are in southern or eastern Mindanao, go ahead and check out also Surge Marketplace Eastern Mindanao. We might be sharing information about the templates that Coach Gab mentioned earlier. It's a part of his training. So I believe some of you are interested with that. We can go ahead and connect Coach Gab with you so you can be under his coaching and under also the expertise that you had just experienced from Surge Marketplace Eastern Mindanao. Thank you very much for these comments, Cynthia. Okay, Miggy, Ruth, thank you for all of these compliments. Until then, we will see you guys again next time during our live sessions where we discuss important information, issues, and also discussions and news related to freelancing. May it be an in-depth discussion or something that will really guide you towards your freelancing success. Thank you very much, Coach Gab. Good night and God bless everyone.